Good morning, everybody. So no sooner than we get the meat chickens outside, I'm headed to the post office to get more chickens. And I'm at that part of spring where I'm wondering if I haven't overcommitted a little bit. Good morning, Lucille. What have you been into? We're getting a little bit of freedom, letting her start to learn to roam the property a little bit. She seems to be enjoying it, doing a lot of exploring. Haven't given her a whole lot of leeway yet, but we're starting to work on it. The new chicks are here, but I forgot to set up their water before I left. I only remembered to turn on the heater, so I'm working on that right now. But I'm gonna take you in here and show you guys. How's everybody doing? We have 32 chicks in here. They sent us a few extras. The mystery chick plus one, but I don't know which one is the mystery chick yet. So we've got some barred rocks, some red rockets, or I'm sorry, red stars, and some Americanas. Hey now, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be out yet. Everybody survived the trip here, and I put them under the heat lamps, and they don't seem to be huddling too much, so I think they stayed pretty warm, which is good. It's in the 70s outside right now, so it's not that cold anyways. The biggest downside about ordering in bulk and stacking it all in one place when you're buying for 3 different groups of animals, it can be a little bit challenging to find the particular bag you're looking for, but I found it. I'm getting you guys some food. And all of those red stars are actually not mine. Those are my dad's and my stepmom's. But we're ordering together. Figure it'd be easier just to brood the whole batch together. Plus, if you order a whole bunch of chickens at once, it's a little bit cheaper. So we just did a big bulk order together, and we're gonna raise them together. And when they're ready to go outside, we're gonna say bye because they're headed to dance. Also, forgive the nasally. It's been a hard month and a half. My allergies have been absolutely killing me. I'm pretty sure it's all the tall grass in the back, which is something we're trying to address today. Trying to get all that bush hog down. Hopefully that'll help with this, but it is what it is. We're gonna do a quick garden update while we're at it. In our first raised bed here, we've got all of our potatoes. They're coming up real nicely. They're not exactly spaced super well, but we'll make do. Our strawberries, they're doing okay. Got one in there, trying to hide it from the birds. Wanting to at least get my daughter one. She really, really wants strawberries, so I'm hoping to give her at least that one. And then I've got some marigolds planted. Over here we've got all of our carrots, and they're coming in nicely. It's still a little bit chaotic. The grass is starting to really come in, and I haven't really stayed on top of it, so I've been working at that, but as you can see, I've got a few of the center rows that I've heavily mulched. And actually under that, I've put cardboard down, which is an idea I've stolen from somebody else. That the non-painted, non-printed cardboard, if you get all the tape and stuff off of it, it actually breaks down really nicely. And I got to thinking, well, if you can use it in compost, why not use it as underlay underneath some mulch? So that's what I've done. So our first row here, this is pretty much all Roma tomatoes. The second row here, this is, I believe, some Roma tomatoes and then Candyland Reds, which are basically a cherry tomato hybrid. I actually don't know what this one is because I planted it in place of one that did not take, and when I up-potted, I did not label them. So who knows what this is? We'll find out later. But I found that a lot of the tomatoes that are up here where I had a lot of wood chips haven't taken, and I think the wood chips are drawing too much of the nitrogen out of the soil. These are some of the areas that I had the most grass, so they seem to be doing pretty good at keeping the grass down for the last couple of days. And I've got a few coming in real nicely. Especially this one. This might be the best looking plant in the garden right now. That one's looking pretty good. Then we've got our snap peas. They've been coming up for a little bit now, real nicely. And then we've got a row of yellow squash. We eat a lot of yellow squash, so that's this entire row, and it's starting to come up nicely. And then these, I believe, are my bush beans. And they're coming up pretty well. On this end, this should be our okra. Our okra is starting to come up as well. And then we finally got our bell peppers in the ground. It's been consistently warm. Warm-ish. So we got those guys in the ground. All the way to here. And then the rest of this probably hasn't sprouted yet. We've got some acorn squash. I believe we've got butternut squash down here. And then this upper portion of the corner is zucchini squash. We just got those in the ground like 2 days ago, so we're just diving in between rain showers and everything else. And we've got these beautiful flowers that I started using the weed eater on because I didn't realize it was flowers. This has been a little bit, as you can tell, but I didn't realize at the time there was little bitty blooms starting. Oh, and look, ladybugs. So the fact that I didn't film planting that stuff kind of brings me back to my point. I've been swamped, and I kind of thought that this might be the case early on, but I'm busy, and I know other people are busy, but to have a full-time 40-hour-a-week job, 3 kids, all this stuff is new, right? I didn't have it before. I'm learning as I go. The chickens I've at least got a little bit of experience with now, but man, between that and the weather, the allergies, there's just so much going on. It's been really hard to get good film in between all the rain that we've had lately, which, you know, I don't want to complain about having rain, but it's been tough to get everything done, and the filming takes more time. So unfortunately, the filming and the editing, they've been what's kind of gotten the shaft a little bit, but I want to make sure I'm still getting updates and try where I can to get good quality stuff, because I don't want to film stuff that not even I want to go back and watch, because that was kind of the whole point. I want to be able to go back and watch these later, see how we're doing. I also kind of want to note that, you know, I lost my first strawberry to a bird, and so I'm hoping these pinwheels in close proximity will keep the birds out. We'll see if it works, because that's getting really close, even though it's small, to picking. Now, I am behind on cutting the grass in the front yard. It's not unreasonable yet, but it's getting there. Our apple trees are doing pretty well. There's really not much to update on those. They have green leaves, and they look about the same as they did when we planted them, other than now they have green leaves. I also still had the rest of that big red cedar to clean up down there, and now I've got tall grass growing in it, but I gotta get on that. And then of course we've got the tractor out today trying to bush hog, but I only made about 4 passes before the post office called me at like 7 o'clock this morning. So that is gonna be the majority of the rest of today. Just trying to get that finished, and then hopefully Mother Nature will have some mercy on my sinuses. What's going on, Lucille? You checking out the birds? Are you being nice? You got thistles all over you. What'd you go through? That's gonna take forever to brush out. You goober. These guys have been doing pretty good so far. We've had them out here for a couple of days, and I bought wheels for the back of this thing, but they haven't arrived yet. But as it stands, I can't drag it by myself. And the gator being down, which is another story, with it being down, I can't do a whole lot there. The carburetor's acting up on it, and you can't find one, and I can't find the rebuild kit either, so I'm probably gonna end up having to go to the dealer. What is it, girl? What is it, girl? But you can see the path we've been taking with the chickens, so I've just been using the four-wheeler to drag it. It works all right. It's a bit heavy even for the four-wheeler because it's a small four-wheeler, but it does the job. You're so good. Well, when you're busy is when things always stack up against you. And this time, this is one of the pins to hold the top link in to the tractor and into whatever implement you're using. And I lost the one out of the top of the bush hog somewhere. No idea where, not really sure when, but it's gone, so I can't lift the bush hog up now. So that ended that for the day. So I'm gonna have to run to the store and see if I can't find another one. But I gotta run and get more feed for the dog anyways, so maybe it's just meant to be. But anyways, gonna go do that, and we'll see what else I get to today. We made it. We beat the rain. We cut the backyard. We cut the pasture. We got the animals food. We cut the front yard. We cut the side yard. And I found the parts that I needed for my tractor. And the parts that I ordered for the gator to hopefully fix it also came in. So I feel like we're making some progress. But not in the sinus area. It's just downhill. Also a little bit random. While I was there, I decided to go ahead and get another top link because I needed one that was a little bit longer. The one I've got is hard to get the bush hog adjusted the way I want with that one on there because it just isn't long enough to extend out to level out the bush hog enough. So this one will actually be a little bit better. I'll still probably use the other one with all the rest of the attachments, but this ought to let me get a little bit better level on the bush hog. Just don't judge me on the weed eating. I absolutely hate weed eating. I used to do landscaping, and that was the one part of it I absolutely despised. Now, the next thing is actually going to be going down there and trying to clean that up a little bit. Make some progress, because I haven't, and it's disgusting. I figure while I can, I'm going to do one more update on the chicks. They've all been seemingly doing pretty well. Looks like they've all gotten acclimated. They've all found the food and the water. Starting a new journey with these guys. All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up here for the day. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you next time.